Wow, unbelievable. Okay, absolutely yes. Guys, halfway into my 5th Gogurt tube in a row, I had to stop to get on to provide this quick update here on Bitcoin's price. In a matter of minutes, Bitcoin falling from 10.1K all the way down to our key level here, touching right into the 9.2K level. As we talked about on February 15th, 4 days ago, if this is the beginning of a few day trend, keep in mind 9,200 is a perfect pullback area. Granted, we saw this very quick in a very quick few minute candle, and guys, it has hit 9.2 exactly, and as right now it's actually bouncing. It's already almost recouped about 40 to 50% of that drop in the last few minutes. As you can see, coming from 10.2 down to 9.2, and right now we're actually at about 9.6, 9.7. Guys, will this move continue? What does this mean for overall health of the market? You can see Bitcoin clearly, again, falls out of this ascending channel since the beginning of 2020. But most importantly, if we look here, you can see Bitcoin actually, again, 100%. We see this time and time again from the top of this channel to the very bottom of this channel before wicking back up. And as we're actually filming right now, it's actually increasing. Guys, what does this mean for Bitcoin? And as well, alts not taking the hugest hit, specifically XTZ, guys, actually looking pretty good. So we have so much to cover in this episode. So guys, pour yourself a nice glass of juice, take out those chicken tendies, kick back and relax as we enjoy this Bitcoin ride. Wow, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to an extremely exciting emergency update here for Bitcoin. As you guys know, I actually get home, I turn on my computer screen, I've been watching this chart all day. I turn on my computer screen and there it is, almost $1,000 dump in a matter of minutes. Huge, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I look at the chart, I look exactly where this price wicked down to, and guys, exactly down to that area, right into the 9.2. There are so many reasons why this happened. And guys, what does this mean for Bitcoin going over the next few weeks? Going, maybe even the next few days. It probably doesn't have much over the next few weeks, but what does this mean for the market? Are we going to continue to dump? Is this just a normal pullback? We have so much to get into. And guys, thanks so much for the last video. In fact, in less than 15 hours, we did hit that 1,000 like mark. So guys, in this video, if we can hit 1,200 likes, then next video, we'll be giving away one of these bad boys or equivalent in BTC. All you have to do is leave a comment below. And guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, ding the bell. And as well, guys, if you want some perks as well as getting daily updates to these charts, all you have to do is hit here and join tier 2. Already have so many great people joining over the last week since we started talking about it, guys. Huge. So much to get into. Let's get into these charts. Wow, so let's start off with this chart here, guys. So this is the chart I had on my computer, the first one that opened up when I pulled my screen up. And I'm not kidding you. My eyes started bulging like bananas, bulging like giant watermelons, giant grapes, large grapes, not small ones. Guys, my jaw dropped. I saw this. I was like, wow, this is huge. I was literally watching this chart all day. And the second I get home, this is what happened. So in fact, as we're recording this, it does look like on this hourly candle, it does look like it wants to bounce back. If we actually switch to the 40-minute, we can get a better picture. Actually, instead of 30-minute, let's go back to, let's do like the 5-minute so we can really see what's going on these smaller time frames. Okay, basically staying very steady all day. Okay, and then we have a very small divergence here, and then you just see this 1, 2, 3, guys. Right when we go below 10K. Okay, literally right as we go below 10K, we see this 5-minute candle, 10K down to 9.2. Okay, huge. This is all one 5-minute candle. And in fact, if we switch to a minute, I guarantee this is probably it's only in like 3 candles here. Okay, all very, very quick. Very quick, huge candles. On the 5-minute, you do see there is a bit of a bounce, but guys, we need to take a look at the bigger picture. Like, what does this move mean? Does this mean much? Again, this very likely is due to leverage trading as well as some very big accounts. Okay, some very big Bitcoin holders here playing with the market. Now, what I want to switch to actually is this chart here. So if we switch to the daily here on Bitstamp, you do see this, and that is, we've been testing all day right around this level, the very tippy top of this channel, about the 10.2. You see it get rejected, go right to 10K, and as it's at 10K, okay, again, the 9.2. Now, this is the exact length of this channel. If we zoom in here, you guys can see this. This is the channel here, all the way down to the 10.2. Now, we've been talking about the 10.2 for actually about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. So it's a target we've been talking about for a bit and for a few reasons, okay? For one, the 9.2 is a huge level for a few reasons, okay? This reason here is right in line with this pullback area. Okay, when we see these pullbacks, again, this is something we've actually been seeing pretty consistently. So as of right now, this doesn't look too odd, especially over the past almost 2 months now, about a month and a half. This doesn't look too crazy, okay? We have a big move up. We get a nice retracement basically back to the top of right before that big move happened here, okay? Same thing here, big move up, down, go to the almost to the bottom of where this big move happened here. It's almost forming a triangle here. Okay, big move up, down, and currently, let's take it all the way to the bottom here, basically right here to where the start of this move happened. So if we actually illustrate this, let me do that again. I just had it on here and then I deleted it for some reason. I'll just do it again. You're such a goose. You already had it on the screen. There it is. So you see these like triangles. So the pattern, it pumps, breaks down basically to find support at right before the pump, and then it continues upwards. So that's what that illustrates there. And now already we're seeing a very quick buy up here. Now I wouldn't be so sure right away that this is going to automatically go back above 10K. Again, 10K is a huge level for a lot of reasons, and it's not surprising. This is where we're facing some resistance. But as of right now, this resistance we're seeing isn't necessarily much different than what we've already seen 3 times already over the past month and a half. So far, there's really not much significant differences and really nothing to panic about just yet. In fact, 9.2, as we talked about, was a very healthy level. We only wicked down in literally a matter of minutes. So I wouldn't be shocked or upset if we stayed around the 9.2 for a little bit longer. Okay, guys, we're about $400 above it at the time of me recording this, but I would not be surprised if we went back to that level and it would be perfectly healthy. Okay, and we also have to take a look at this, guys. You know this, we pull this out when there is some downward movement. This move right here, you can see this again right here. This box we've had drawn on here for a while. This literally touched right at the tippy top of this box, which is like the minimum pullback for this gigantic cup and handle forming potentially on the daily chart here for Bitcoin. So this is huge. So we need a pullback to form the handle. And again, this actually pulled back right down to here. Now for this to really form, guys, I'll be honest, over the next few days, if we continue to have a little downside action, that would be insanely bullish for this pattern here. Here on the daily chart, the 50 moving average right here. This is absolutely huge for a number of reasons, okay? The 50 moving average right here is crucial. It's the next big daily moving average we have to take a look at here. And basically, actually, it'll be coming up over the next few days. So right around this $91, $92, $100 level is going to be crucial. If we get a very strong bounce, okay, what I'm saying here basically is over the next few days, if we continue to go down for another day or two, if this move continues, but we find solid support around the 92, we could go below 9K. That would be fine. If we dip below 9K and get a very quick increase like we just saw, if we see a similar move to that, we could go below 9K and that would be fine. But if we basically hold around the 9.2, the 9.1 and even the 9K level and continue from there, guys, that could be a very, very extremely bullish setup on a very large time frame. Now, people are talking about some bearish setups here on these smaller time frames. Okay, it is possible. I was looking at this earlier and I was talking to my bud on Twitter about this, DMs about, okay, what is this, some potential head and shoulders. Again, it is a pattern that kind of looks like it's there. It's very ugly, so I don't necessarily 100% agree with it. And even if it is valid, it's a very small pattern, meaning it's on the hourly chart. It's not very long. The target for it to go down would not even be bad. It would honestly probably be around that like 9K level even if it did break down. It's not that drastic. So even if it did come to fruition, that's not really that bearish of a pattern here. So I'm kind of watching that. And again, this pattern really does not necessarily look like that. It could be, but it's just a little too ugly, a little too misshapen. And another thing, we have kind of like the neckline descending, while this, again, it doesn't look very perfect there. Could be the case, but again, overall, over the next few weeks, it's not going to have much of an impact. It's a much smaller pattern, and we have to keep in mind there are a lot of patterns going on, potentially this 5-month pattern that we need to really keep an eye on. So, you know, say we had an a regular head and shoulders on the smaller time frames that brought us down to like the 8.9, 8.8 level, even down to like the at the very least, maybe the 8.2 at the very least, or sorry, the very most, like the most it could bring us down. That could be a pattern that sets us up to really just, you know, on the macro time frame, provide a huge reversal, guys. The number one thing we say, when there's dumps, there's pumps, and when there's pumps, there's dumps. So you can't really have a dump without a pump, and you can't have a pump without a dump. They go hand in hand. They are meant for each other. They need to happen together. And so that's something we really need to keep an eye on. So very exciting to watch this, guys. I'm very in tune with this. I cannot wait to continue watching this move play out. Wow, and guys, I wanted to add this to the video. This is about 30 minutes after the original video. I did want to add this, guys. So during the market of 2019, okay, the absolute explosion, we traded in this area for 3 entire months with 9K, 9.2, 9.3 being huge support. And once we did eventually fully break out of that, massive downside, okay? So now if we got if this is actually the truly bounce and we continue from here, guys, that is absolute mega bullish on these longer time frames. Keep in mind, this is the weekly chart. Okay, this looks very small, but this is just within this chart, this is over a year of data just in this area right here. So absolutely huge. This area, again, huge macro key. 8.2 is the absolute lowest we could go and remain mega bullish. If we go below 8.2 and we hold there, guys, very bearish scenario. But we're very far away from that. In fact, we're seeing a nice bounce here. So this is actually looking pretty good. I thought today was going to be actually a kind of boring day in terms of price action. And I was actually not planning on uploading a video. I was actually just going to upload some charts and some possibilities to the tier 2 member tab. It doesn't take as much time. It's more fun. I can just play around with it. But in fact, I did have to come on to a video because when there's big moves, you know we're going to want to cover it, guys. So thanks so much for coming by, and I'll see you in the next sweet update.